Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It's White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So, to recap tonight's episode, it started off with those three magic words drop your buff. So, they're swapping tribes, so now it's a completely different game for everyone. And by how my winner picks are, they're completely all over the place in tribes. The new red tribe is Jessica, Cole, Mike, Ben, and Lauren, which makes Ben and Lauren the odd ones out since Jessica, Cole, and Mike are healers, and Ben and Lauren are a hero and a hustler. The new blue tribe is Ashley, Alan, Joe, Devin, and Desi. That would put Devin on the outs because he's the only hustler. And there's two former heroes, and two former healers. And the new yellow tribe is Rourke, Ryan, Allie, Chrissy, and JP, which would mean that would make Rourke the odd person out, being the only healer. So, yeah, they immediately start off with a reward challenge. They're attached to a rope, and they have to go over hurdle. They have to use the rope to get puzzle pieces. They have to go over. Reading my notes here. They have to go over a hurdle. They have to go over a hurdle and use the rope to hook puzzle pieces and then solve an upright puzzle. And the blue tribe was completely behind in this challenge, and Alan was losing the challenge. It kind of was familiar to how Patrick caused the Hustlers tribe to lose last episode, how he wouldn't let anybody else take a turn. And sure enough, the new red tribe wins the reward challenge, and the reward challenge consists of peanut butter and jelly. And this makes me think back to Millennials versus Gen X, because Jessica and Cole, we saw in the last episode, there seemed to be a power couple, and Figgy and Taylor were also a power couple. And Figgy's favorite reward that she got was peanut butter and jelly. So I'm seeing a lot of similarities here. So the new red tribe, they're eating their chips, and Jessica notices that she has a secret advantage. And the secret advantage is that she gets to block somebody from voting, but it has to be at the next tribal council. So in the event that they win the next immunity challenge, she has to yield it to somebody on the losing tribe. So that's a pretty good advantage. However, Jessica decides to tell Cole about her advantage. I mean, what the heck is it with people this season? They are telling people they have idols, telling people they have advantages. You do not tell anybody that you have these things. I mean, we've seen it all in these past couple episodes. It's backfired. We saw when Joe got the immunity idol, he told Cole, he told Jessica. We saw when Jessica got this advantage, she told Cole, he told Ben. So, anyway, Cole tells Ben, and then Ben tells Lauren. So now Lauren wants to use that, possibly use it to their advantage. On the new yellow tribe, Ryan feels lucky to have Chrissy on his tribe because the first episode, he was the one that won the advantage to save someone as an immunity at tribal and save Chrissy. And Ryan told Chrissy about the advantage, and she was deeply touched. Like, she thinks now that she can play this game with Ryan, and I definitely see Chrissy and Ryan. I definitely see their alliance going far, just because Chrissy, in a way, kind of owes Ryan, and it just seemed like they kind of click. So I'm excited to see more of them. On the blue tribe, Ashley, out of the tension her and Alan have been through, she did not want Alan to be on her tribe, and Joe's worried that him and Desi will be gone. And Devin, being that there's two heroes and two hustlers, if Blue has to go to the tribal council next, Devin is the swing vote. So that puts Devin in a bit of a power move here. And Joe decides to stir things up, and Joe tells Devin that Ashley wants him gone to try to hopefully get Devin on his side, and Joe wants it to be a healer game because the healers are dominant right now. They have they've never been the tribal council, so they still have their main 6 alliance members. On the red tribe, Lauren decides, like I said, to use that information to her advantage. So she asks Mike, do you know about this award? And Mike didn't know anything about it, so he goes and confronts Jessica about it, and Jessica's at first wondering what Mike's talking about. Then when Mike brings up that he knows she has an advantage, she's like so shocked and surprised. She's like, "Who told you?" I mean, the only 2 people that knew that Jessica had the advantage were her and Cole. And Cole's trying to say, "Well, I don't know how they would have known." But then Cole confesses that he told Ben. So now Jessica's at a crossroads because she wanted to align with Cole, but he can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, Jessica feels betrayed, and rightfully so. She's wondering if she can work with Cole going forward, and I honestly don't think she can work with Cole because, first of all, if we learned anything from Figgy and Taylor in Millennials versus Gen X, that whole relationship did not work out well in Figgy's favor. So if I were Jessica, I would drop Cole as an alliance member because he seems to be not good for her game. As much as I like Cole, because Cole was one of my picks, but tonight kind of was not Team Cole tonight. Sorry, Cole. The immunity challenge is they had to lift these creative puzzle pieces and maneuver it through this obstacle, and they had to then move it under a net, and they had to the puzzle pieces had to they had to coexist. They had to be the same color and same shape going around, and they were all doing good. Red, I believe, thought they had it at first, but it was actually Yellow thought they won it first, but the puzzle was wrong. The red team ended up winning the first immunity and Yellow second immunity, sending the blue tribe to tribal council. Again, they bring up that Devin's swing vote, and Ashley says that, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Ashley says that the healers definitely have to go because, like I mentioned before, she wants to break up that 6 alliance. And Devin tells Ashley that Joe told him that Ashley wanted him gone, and Ashley says, that's not true. Like, she wants to be able to work with Devin, and Devin seems like he believes her. And Devin thinks that Joe's like a car salesman and that he's a snake and doesn't want snakes on his tribe. And Desi's suspicious now of Devin and Ashley being close together, and that makes Joe a little bit paranoid, wondering if he should play his idol or not. And Joe decides then to stir things up and just bring everything out in the open. So he gets into a confrontation with Alan and says, was yelling at him, saying, who are you going to vote out tonight? Let's just get it out in the open right now. And of course, Alan, being the hot-headed that he is, got into it with Joe. But Joe's plan kind of backfired because he threw Desi under the bus then. So Desi then said she wants to work with Joe, but at the same time threw her under the bus. So then Desi says, if you want to work with me, then play that idol for me. Because Joe ended up telling Jesse that he has Desi, that he has the idol. So I'm kind of wondering if Joe will use it for himself or will he use it for Desi. And Ashley, Alan, and Devin are also worried that one of them has an idol. And before they go to tribal council, we find out that Jessica yielded the advantage to Devin. So I was wondering at first, because Jessica said that she wanted to help the healers tribe. So I was wondering at first why she yielded it to Devin and not anybody in the healers tribe. Because completely understanding the advantage. But in this case, it's a disadvantage, and you'll see why. At Tribal Council, they're talking about Joe's blow up, which it's obvious it just happened. Joe is throwing Ashley's name out there, and Alan says again what I said, and Ashley said that they need to get that 6 healers tribe members. They need to break them up because if they go to emerge, they have a strong 6. So the other tribe mates on original blue and original red are on the bottom. And we find out that when Devin opens the vote, that it's not an advantage. It was an advantage for Jessica, but it's actually a disadvantage for Devin because Devin's vote is blocked. So Devin cannot vote tonight. I at first thought, well, why didn't Jessica give it to someone in the healers tribe, thinking they could block somebody's vote? But that wasn't the case. Jessica yielded it to Devin to block his vote to potentially help the healers tribe. So it makes sense now. So because Tribal Council started early, I thought there might be a tiebreaker, because I thought, oh, Joe and Desi would go after a hero, and Ashley and Alan would go after a healer. And then when Jeff says if anybody has an immunity, I don't want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Joe gets up, and I'm thinking, who's he going to play for? And sure enough, he plays it for himself. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is Desi going to go home? That'd be awful for her. And sure enough, Joe actually played his idol at the right time, because Joe, there's 2 votes for Joe. He was safe. And then there's 2 votes for Alan. So Alan got sent home. And now both Ashley and Devin are on the bottom. And I thought it was smart on Joe's part to get rid of Alan, because I don't know, Alan's been a major hothead. He hasn't been an interesting character in the game. So, I'm not really sorry to see him go. But, Joe said Desi was wondering why he didn't play for her, and because it could have easily went a different way. And Joe said that he, read Ashley's face, that he was reading her face and knew that she was safe. So now, the healers are in that dominant alliance on the new, blue tribe. But that brought up an interesting thing, though, because Devin's vote was blocked, so he couldn't vote. So the only people that could vote were Joe, Desi, Ashley, and Alan. So let's just say that Joe decided to play his immunity idol for Desi. The only 3 people that could vote then are Joe, Ashley, and Alan. So Desi would be immune. We'd have the 2 heroes, Ashley and Alan, let's just say, going after Joe. And then we'd have Devin can vote, so we'd have Joe and Desi going after somebody on the heroes tribe. So let's just say, because Desi has an idol, that Joe played the idol for Desi, and it went to that tie. It went to a tie vote with Joe and Alan. So the only people that could vote then were Desi and Ashley, because Devin had that disadvantage where he couldn't vote. So Desi and Ashley are the only ones that can vote. So Ashley votes for Joe, Desi votes for Alan. They can't make a unanimous decision when it comes to a tiebreaker. So Desi and Ashley then become immune, and Devin would have been sent home by default by that disadvantage. So that definitely could have went another way had Joe played his idol for Desi. That would have definitely been a game-changing move, because then the next episode you would have had 2 healers and 2 heroes. They would have went to rocks. And that was brought up in the preview for next week. We see a very intense challenge, it looks like. definitely quite literally have to use your head in the game. And we see Ashley and Devin talking and saying, I don't know, next vote we're definitely going rocks. And they probably will, because Ashley and Devin, have each other. They're an alliance, and Desi and Joe are an alliance. So unless somebody pulls out a hidden immunity idol, there it'll definitely be a epic showdown at Tribal if the blue tribe wins. Yeah, blue tribe loses again. So definitely great episode of Survivor as always. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. Until next time, stay regal.